Welcome to Chasing Baseball's Immortals, where I explore the careers of every 20th century Hall of Famer while collecting one of their original playing days cards. Today we're taking a closer look at Larry Doby, a complete two-way star of the post-war era, and his 1949 Bowman, one of the earliest mainstream color issues of his career and a defining piece of the set. Let's get started. Larry Doby was born in Camden, South Carolina in 1923 and grew up in Paterson, New Jersey, where he became a standout multi-sport athlete at Eastside High School. His combination of speed, power, and discipline drew early attention. By the age 17, he was playing for the Newark Eagles of the Negro Leagues, developing into one of the circuit's brightest young stars. His career was briefly interrupted by his service in the United States Navy during World War II, but he returned to Newark after the war and helped lead the club to the 1946 Negro League World Series. In 1947, Doby made history when he joined the Cleveland Indians and became the first black player in the American League history. The transition was difficult. He faced open hostility from opponents and cold silence from teammates, but his talent and resilience carried him forward. By 1948, Doby had become a key force on the Cleveland team that won the World Series, where he became the first black player to homer in the Fall Classic. Over the next decade, he emerged as one of the league's most complete players, earning 7 All-Star selections, leading the American League in home runs twice, and anchoring Cleveland's lineup with a blend of power, patience, and athleticism that defined the era's best center fielders. After his playing career, Doby continued breaking barriers, becoming the second black manager in Major League Baseball when he took over the Chicago White Sox in 1978. His contributions were finally recognized with his induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1998. Doby's legacy is one of courage, excellence, and quiet strength, a player who helped reshape the game and open doors for generations who followed. Now we'll place Larry Doby in context by comparing his career to a successor and a modern counterpart. Doby emerged as one of the most complete players of the late 40s and early 50s. At his best, he brought a rare combination of left-handed power, disciplined at-bats, and above-average defense to center field. In 1948 through 1955, he averaged more than 25 home runs per season, posted an OPS plus well above league norms, and made 7 straight All-Star teams while helping drive Cleveland's post-war success. His game was built on balance, power, patience, and athleticism, and he delivered that mix year after year. A generation later, Reggie Smith provides the closest historical match. Smith's peak seasons with Boston and Los Angeles show a remarkably similar offensive profile, strong walk rates, consistent left side power, and a career OPS plus in the mid-130s. Like Doby, he began his career in center field before transitioning into the corners. And like Doby, he produced at an all-star level without ever receiving the attention his numbers deserved. Their career WAR totals align closely, and both serve as steady, middle-of-the-order anchors on teams that regularly contended. In today's game, Mookie Betts offers the clearest modern parallel to Doby's all-around value. Betts blends power, on-base skill, defensive versatility, and postseason impact in a way that echoes Doby's influence on Cleveland's lineup. His OPS plus, WAR totals, and ability to elevate championship rosters reflects the same multi-dimension profile. A player who contributes in every phase of the game and shape the identity of the team through consistency rather than flash. Across 3 eras, Doby's in the post-war American League, Smith in the 1970s, and Betts in the modern game, you can trace a lineage of outfielders defined by complete skill sets, disciplined approaches, and sustained production. Each served as a franchise cornerstone, each delivered all-star level value, while setting a standard for a well-rounded outfielder. The 1949 Bowman basement set marked a major expansion for the company, growing from the previous year of a set that consisted of just 48 cards to a full 240 cards issued across 7 series in 1949. Sold in nickel wax packs with a stick of gum, the cards were printed on soft stock that wore easily. Early series cards can be found with either white or gray backs, and the first 3 series originally lacked player names on the front, though several series, 3 variations added them later. Bowman also introduced scripted name variations in Series 4, and a dozen cards printed, with the final series featuring additional front and back name differences that make high-grade master sets challenging to complete. Design-wise, the 1949 Bowman shifted to hand-tinted portraits against simple color backgrounds, a clean post-war look that feels unmistakably like the late 40s. The checklist is loaded with star power, established names like Stan Musial and Yogi Berra, along with one of the strongest rookie classes of the era, Jackie Robinson, Satchel Paige, Roy Campanella, Bob Lemon, Robin Roberts, Richie Ashburn, Duke Snyder, Early Wynn, and Gil Hodges all make key appearances. And within that deep lineup sits one of the set's most meaningful cards, Larry Doby. His portrait is classic Bowman, direct, understated, and quietly powerful, capturing a young star who had already broken the American League color barrier and helped lead Cleveland to a championship. It remains one of his defining cards of the set and a cornerstone for collectors of the era. PSA 7s typically sell for around $4,000, PSA 3s around $1,600, and a PSA 1 will run collectors anywhere from $700 to $1,000. All right, now we'll look at the card. Here's my example 1949 Bowman Larry Doby rookie. This example that I've got here, fairly well centered card, does have some rounded corners, but overall good eye appeal on the front. The back does have potentially, I don't know if this is a wrinkle, but there's no creasing, but maybe some slight wrinkles in the card, but it's hard to tell. But just a great looking card. This is a PSA 1.5, which I think presents really well for 1.5. I got this for a little over $800 about a year and a half ago. It's a short print in the 49 Bowman set, which is why it's a little more pricier than many of the others in the set. But a great card for the first black American League player. And that completes my Larry Doby run. For collectors, Larry Doby's career lands right in the middle of the golden age of baseball cards, offering a remarkable run of cards to choose from. Doby's earliest mainstream card comes from the 1948 Leaf set, one of the most important post-war releases and a cornerstone of the hobby. Leaf's bold, color block design gives Doby a striking high-contrast portrait, and the card's scarcity is well known. Inconsistent print runs, short printed, and heavily chipping make high-grade examples extremely difficult to find. As the first widely distributed card of the American League integration pioneer, it stands as one of the defining rookie-era issues of the late 1940s. Next is the 1951 Bowman card offers a very different presentation, softer artwork, cleaner borders, and the classic early 50s Bowman aesthetic. The image captures Doby in a calm, composed pose, framed by the simple white design that defines the set. It's a key card from a beloved release. Its combination of early career timing, visual appeal, and Bowman's well-known condition challenges make it a staple for collectors building out Doby's timeline. 2 years later, Doby appears in the 1943 Bowman color set, one of the most celebrated designs in hobby history. Bowman removed the borders and heavy graphics entirely, letting full bleed photography take center stage. Doby's card fits perfectly within that approach, a crisp, vivid image that still feels modern today. The set's production quality and iconic status elevate every star within it, and Doby's inclusion gives collectors one of his most visual, impressive cards. Across the broader run of issues, Doby's cardboard story reflects his career and the era's evolving hobby. His 1947 Cleveland team photo issue predates his mainstream cards and remains a tough early piece. He appears in the landmark 52 set, followed by strong mid-career entries in the 54 Bowman and the regional 1954 Dandy Potato Chip issue. Taken together, these cards trace Doby's rise from barrier-breaking young star to established all-star, offering collectors a rich and historical meaningful timeline. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. On deck for the next episode, we'll be taking a look at Bill Mazeroski, one of the greatest defensive second basemen of all time, a smooth, instinctive infielder whose glove anchored Pittsburgh's infield for more than a decade. We'll take a closer look at his 1957 Topps card, an early career issue from a landmark set that captures Mazeroski just as he was beginning the journey towards 8 Golden Gloves, being a World Series hero, and a Hall of Fame legacy. See you then.